So I thought this would be a good time to catch up with the flyweight champion of the UFC. Demetrious, how are you?
I'm doing good, Ariel. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Congratulations. Wow, that's amazing.
Damn, that feels good, man. I got way more love from, you than I did from the ESPYs. Shame on them. Shame.
Okay, so what happened? So you never actually got to go up and get the award?
Nah, man. Never got a chance to go up there and give a fucking presidential speech. I would have, people wanted me to run for president after I gave a speech, thank all the fans and my trainers and everyone who voted. So, it's a little, unsettling. I think a lot of guys who, win the ESPYs and all that shit don't even get a chance to go up there and speak. Like Michael Phelps, he swims once every 4 fucking years. I fight every 3 times a year. So I was a little upset about that. But homie on the left of me had an ESPY. I didn't know who the fuck he was, and I was like, well, I'm glad I got to hear your speech, but it is what it is.
Wow. Wait, were you in LA? You flew out there and they didn't let you get the award?
In LA, obviously I just signed with Maki, and he goes, "Here, you need to go to the ESPYs. You got to walk the red carpet and get your face out there." And I was like, "All right, I'll go." Went out there, bought a nice little outfit, and went out there and get a chance to talk.
And so, did they give you a reason?
No reason. I haven't got my asset yet, so I'm just waiting for the asset, and then I'll do a proper speech on my Twitch channel. I'll get a green screen. I'll do something about it.
So maybe they ran out of time or something. Okay, here's the other side of the coin. Do you think if Conor or Triple G won, they would have put them up there? Like, do you feel like they kind of gave it to you reluctantly?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I would hope not. Maybe they would have, but I think they shouldn't. It shouldn't, regardless of whoever it is. Usain Bolt won ESPY. He wasn't even there. There was a lot of athletes there who won ESPYs, and they didn't get a chance to go up there and speak. Like I said, the athlete next to me, he had his ESPY by his leg, and he didn't get a chance to go up there and thank his fans and thank everybody else. So they all of a sudden changed the shit up, ESPYs.
Yeah. What the heck? Did you actually get to hold the award, take a picture with it, something like that?
Nothing. Nada. The sad thing about it is that if I would never went, me and Destiny went, and we signed our seats, great seats, by the way. And Peyton Manning was pretty dope to watch when he did the ESPY. He was a good host. We're sitting there, and Destiny was just on her Instagram. She's pretty active on there. And then all of a sudden, they go to a commercial break, and they're like, "Best fighter, Demetrious Johnson." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then Destiny goes, "Babe, you won." I was like, "I won?" Like, yeah. She goes, "Oh my God, you said that." I was like, "No, actually, right now I'm fucking pissed." And she goes, "Why? You're always so negative." I was like, "I'm going to go on stage. Michael Phelps have to give a damn speech. Why can't I give a speech? I have to, the Tom Ford's on my head, and I was ready to go." But, it's awesome to win it, but I just really wanted to get on stage and get, that airtime like all the athletes did.
What kind of, if you drop that kind of atomic bomb on us a couple of months ago, what would you have said if they gave you the mic at the ESPYs?
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the emotions when they gone through me, I would have been like, you know what? For every fucking person out there who's 5'3", and everybody spits on you and throws you in the trash when you're in high school, fuck them. And you know what? At the party at the strip club, let's go. Woo!
Yes, I love this new DJ. This is the best DJ yet. This is incredible. Wow. I can't believe that they would rob you of that moment. That's a real bummer. So when I texted you Wednesday night, you probably weren't even that happy. You were probably really annoyed, right?
No, I was happy, but at the same time I was a little frustrated because I think every athlete out there deserves to go out there, especially when the ESPY. ESPY is not something to take lightly. I'm very honored. I was, in the best fighter of the year against, Triple G, Andre Ward, Conor McGregor, me. And I think they should have done more. I think the ESPYs doesn't really cater to fighting in general, like in mixed martial arts or boxing. All the reels they had of the ESPYs was, football, soccer, baseball, all these other sports. And I'm like, dude, this is the fastest growing sport in the world. Mixed martial arts has only been mainstream since 1993. Not even mainstream, but been around. That's how long UFC's been around. But, back in Pancrase days in Japan, I just think they need to get more love on mixed martial arts. That's my personal opinion.
Sure.
And that's what I think. I think, me sitting in the stands, seeing the B-roll of all the great athletes from, Kevin Durant to Michael Jordan to Usain Bolt. I don't think I ever saw any boxer, Sugar Ray Leonard or Mike Tyson. Fighting is a huge part of, our culture, our athletics. You know what I mean? So I think they need to, straighten their shit up and get some fighting bureau on that bad boy.
Yes. Did a lot of the athletes, because I know there were tons there, did a lot of them recognize you? Did you get a lot of love from them?
Oh, yeah. They knew who the champ was. I mean, when I was going out there and hanging out, a lot of them said what's up. And, all athletes respect athletes.
Which was the best one? Like, which interaction, which props really stood out?
Like, interaction with me, honestly, I would say probably the fans, because all these other, you have Russell Wilson there, you have Richard Sherman, you have Kevin Durant. I mean, the names just go on and on and on. But all the fans, the children and the fans are so scared to approach those guys because these guys are making, $60 million contract and all that stuff. So the fans would come up to me just like any other person, and they're like, "Can you sign the hat, please? Can you do this and this and this?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I'll do that." And that means a lot to me that they feel comfortable coming up to an athlete like me.
That's great. But as far as you, were you like a fan towards anyone like KD or Steph Curry? Did you go up to anyone? Did you care to go up to anyone?
No, I was just there with my wife, just chilling and just taking on the atmosphere. And those guys, some of those guys, they have their ego, and I just don't. You don't know what their ego is like, so sure. I don't want to. I walk up to them like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, I'm Demetrious Johnson. I'll be nominated for the best fight of the year, asshole. That's where I am.
Yeah, and I'll kick your ass.
Pretty much.
So you're robbed of the belts. You don't get the belts unless you speak up. Do you think you'll even get the trophy? Do you think they'll even send that to you?
Oh, I'm getting that fucking trophy. I put that. That's Dave Lockett's job. I told Dave Lockett, he was in. I said, "Dave, I want my." Once the announcer said, "I want my trophy," and he goes, "I'll get on it." And I was like, "All right, Dave. All right." So I better get it.
And by the way, like, let's be honest. Were you kind of shocked that you won? Like, did you think it was going to go to Conor? I mean, like, you just look at it's Conor. He's world tour. And like, what do you think? Of all the years, I mean, you've had some good, you've had better years than this past year. Like, you can make a case that you deserved it last year or the year before that. Were you kind of surprised that you won it this year?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was a little surprised. I should have won it back in 2013. Defended the belt 3 times against John Dodson, John Moraga, and Benavidez. Outstanding performances, 2 finishes as a champion in a year. I mean, so I've been grinding away, keeping my head up, training hard, and I think the fans, recognize the great, and they put the votes in, and it happened.
Now, could we also be honest about this, the timing? I mean, you're in the midst of this little thing. For them to come out, ESPN of all people, to say you're the fighter of the year, I mean, this is the greatest chip in your favor, right? I mean, deep down, you must have said, yeah, MFers, look at me now, right? I mean, I'm the fighter of the year. Pay me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even going to go to the ESPYS. I went down there for the Game of Thrones premiere to hang out with those guys. And, like I said, Naki was like, dude, go to ESPYS. What's the worst going to happen? Get your face out there and meet some people, connect. I was like, sure, why not? So here I'm sitting there, and Destiny, is doing a theme report, and next thing you know, it's like, boom, best fight of the year. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Where the fucking champagne at? Where's my champagne shot? Where the hell's at? But it was good. It was a good experience, man. I loved every bit of it.
Did you hear from anyone at the UFC, any of the brass types? Did they congratulate you? Did they send you a text?
Yeah, absolutely. Mick sent me a text to say congratulations. It's a big deal, ESPYS. And I told him straight up, I was like, it's honor. It's nice to get a text message from you. And I've always loved representing the sport. I've always loved representing the UFC. I've never oh fuck, here we go again. I love representing my company. So Hunter texted me. A lot of the fighters text me. DC and Cowboy, all those guys text me. So it feels good to be recognized from your company and amongst other champions and fighters.
And so where do we stand now? Because you've said it a couple of times. You've signed with Malky, first round management, Malky. And if I'm being honest, the real coup here is to sign with Abraham, who I think is the brains behind the operation. Why did you, I mean, the timing is also interesting, of course, because of what happened recently. Why did you decide to now get representation as opposed to just be represented by your coach, Matt Hume?
Yeah, obviously the whole logistics of things that went down, I felt that me and Matt both felt that, I think it was time to be managed by, get a manager. I'm at this point in my career to bring on somebody who's going to focus on that part of the business to where me and Matt can focus on what we do best, which is get ready for the fight. Matt's always been been a great manager and helped me get ready for my fights and one of my main training partners. Now it's time to put that responsibility on somebody else. Me and Malky go way back to 2012 when I won the championship belt. Let me repeat that again. When I won the championship belt back in 2012 in Toronto, UFC 152,
Yes.
he came up to me and said, hey, Makchawa, big fan of yours. Would love to manage you. And I wasn't in a place in my career where I felt like I needed management. But now I feel that I am. And so, me and Malky sat down. Malky and Matt have a great relationship. They always talk to each other, make sure we're all three of us on the same page. And, brought Malky in to make the team stronger.
And so you feel good about this? You feel like the dynamic works?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me and Matt have always had a great dynamic. And it's not like Malky just showed up out of nowhere. I mean, he's been, like I said, he was there when I won the belt in 2012. He wasn't part of the team, but that's the thing that kind of resonated with me when I decided to go with Malky. I remember him coming up to me after I won the belt, talking to me, and even throughout the whole 5 years of my championship reign, he's always been kind. He's always been saying what's up and see how things are going and giving me some advice. So that's with me and Malky. That's why I went with Malky.
And so the big question is, where do things stand right now between you and the UFC?
Everything stands good, man. I've already met with the UFC once. Met with Nick. It was just a big misunderstanding, and we're going to meet with Dana White. Dana White's a grown-ass man. I am too. He got kids. I got kids. We're going to sit down and get on the same level and go from there and see what options we have.
And when is that?
Probably in 2 weeks in Anaheim in UFC 214. So
okay.
I'll be out there doing some stuff for Metro PCS, and I think Dana's going to give me right in his new jet. Maybe we'll see.
Are you confident that things will get worked out there, or do you think that that's just going to be one step in the process?
I'm sure everything's going to be fine. Like I said, I mean, it's a working process. Things don't change overnight, and like I said, it's just a big misunderstanding. Now we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about it.
And is it you have done that one interview here on this show? Again, we appreciate that very much. And Dana has sort of responded a couple times, but you, for the most part, other than on Twitch, maybe once or twice, but that's not available to the world, you have kind of kept quiet. Has that been difficult? Has that been something that you consciously did? You don't care to respond, go back and forth? Why have you remained relatively quiet since that lengthy interview on the show?
Well, one thing you're getting wrong here, Helwani. Twitch is available to the whole fucking world. They just got to go to MyNameOutUFC.Twitch.tv. That's how they got to do to get the Twitch channel. You know what? I just didn't feel, I don't think it's good when you have two grown men bickering on the fucking internet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we'll end up like fucking Black China and Rob Kardashian. That's, grown man, they sit down, they talk about it, and that's what we're going to do in 2 weeks. And what are the chances that you fight? Is there an offer on the table soon? Like, what are you thinking? When do you come back? I'm not sure. I just got stem cells in my hand about 10 days ago. That takes about, Matt wants me to give it like 14 days to heal, and he's back into it. I'm always, this is the first time in my career to where Matt and Malky, we have a management now, to where they're working together and they're working with me, and they're like, you're always such in a rush to fight. You're always fighting. You fought, 3 times in 2013. You fought 3 times in 2014. Relax, you just fucking fight in April. So relax, let your hand heal. That way you can get the best performance. You're going to break Anderson Silva record. This record probably will never be broken ever again. So let's relax. Let's get through this. Let your body heal. Let your hand heal, and then we'll go from there. So that's what's on my mind: is healing, relaxing, spending time with my family this summer, and still training, still working on stuff. Just got done playing soccer, working on my speed, agility, quick chrono cutting. So everything's good, my friend. And do you think you'll fight again this year? I mean, is that safe to say? Oh, I'm fighting this. I'm fighting this year. There's money to be made, and I want money. and what about Ray Borg? Is it safe to say that he will be next at the end of the day? I believe so. I think at the end of the day he will be next, and then also you got Brandon Moreno taking on Sergio Pettis, a lot of great guys in the flyweight division, and all these guys are future champions. I mean, you think about it, they're 22, 23 years old. Still young, but as long as I'm here, I don't think anybody gonna be taking down Mighty. So we'll see what happens. So you feel like you're in a good place now. I feel like you're a lot more maybe hopeful that things will turn out and work out in your favor and get cleared up with the UFC than last time we spoke. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Like I said, it was a big misunderstanding, And typically when you have two parties not on the same level or on the same page, tempers start to flare and emotions get in the way. So now, like I said, me and Dan, we're going to meet man to man, face to face. And, he got done flying on, Connor Air, regular air. And we'll sit down and talk.
Can I come to that meeting?
Fuck no, you can't come to that meeting.
Why? I mean, maybe I'll... No, probably not for the best, right?
Yeah, I agree.
By the way, what was it like hanging out with Max Holloway and Yancy Medeiros in Hawaii? That video of you drinking the moonshine like 2 days later was incredible. I loved it. Not a care in the world.
Oh, man, it was a great time. Max and Max go way back. And,
really? I didn't know that.
Oh, man, me and Max have hung out multiple times in different occasions. I've always been a big fan of his, and he's always been a big fan of mine. And so it was only, fitting perfect. We had no idea that he was going to be home or we were going to be going to vacation over there. And it just worked out. He invited me to Makaha Beach, went out there, and I hate sharks. That's one of my biggest fears. Sharks, alligators, you don't fuck with those creatures. I mean, you get in the water and it's basically you done. So, I had a couple beers out there and, Yancey brought that sweet ass moonshine, had a couple of that. And Max said, yo, you want to go out there look at some turtles? And I was like, that's a shark's favorite, meal. I ain't going to fucking out turtles. He goes, it's all good. You was the best, bro. You was the best, man. I got you, man. So I went out there swimming, trying to look for some turtles, and it was a good time, man. It was good.
Yeah, much needed, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, but it's always good to get away and not worry about, the sport of mixed martial arts. He's coming off winning his belt, so it was good. We had the whole beach to ourselves. It was basically Max Holloway Day on that beach.
Wow.
It was a good time.
By the way, did you get the 10 belts yet?
They're in process. They're in process.
Okay.
I ain't got them all yet, but I'm going to tell you guys, I'm getting them fucking belts.
What game are we playing tonight on Twitch? What can you tell us?
You know what? Right now, it might be a little. I'm going to be going to the office right now. This is the midday stream. It's probably going to be a little Final Fantasy 14 Reborn and possible Tekken 7. I got work last night. I gotta fix that problem. And then tonight we're going to go back to Battlegrounds. So I don't know. It depends what the Mighty Subs want. We'll see.
Wow. I have no idea what you just said, but it sounds like a good time. And I urge everyone to sign up because...
No, we need you. No. Stop right there. We need you to sign up. You know the channel. We're waiting for you to subscribe to the channel, Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. If you don't subscribe to the channel, I know. Does your wife have Amazon Prime? Does she have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I have it. I have it too.
Okay, this is what you do. Link your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch account.
Okay.
Then you get one free subscription to any channel you want.
Oh.
Get that linked up. Then you come to my channel, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, my friend.
You didn't tell me about this. I didn't know I could link it with the Amazon Prime. You got to make it worth my while.
You're always talking above me. You're always cutting me off, so I have to put you in your place.
Wow.
Now you know.
Have you seen my new set where you're immortalized on the set right over here? Have you seen this? That your picture is on the set?
It's
right
a beautiful set. I wish I could be there to come and sign it and be able to take a picture with you. It's a beautiful set.
Yeah, one day I'd like to have you in here. Now you're doing commercials for T-Mobile. You've got Malky representing you, Fight of the Year. I'm afraid that we may not get you as much. We may not have access to you as much. So I want to keep you kind of as close to me as possible.
Well, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be real close to me now, will you? And you also have my number, so you'll be good.
All right. Okay, so this is good. Congratulations on the award. Congratulations on signing with the management. I think it was a really good move on your part. Very smart. And good luck with that meeting. When is it? Can you tell us the day, the time, the place? What can you tell us?
I have no idea. Like I said, I know it's going to be in 2 weeks, hopefully. And things happen, things come up. So hopefully the meeting goes through. That's Naki's job. This my whole entire career, I've always left things up to me. I've always made things my priority to get them done. But now I'm at this point in my career where I'm not going to do that anymore. The only thing that's a priority to me is me training, taking care of my family, the kids, and also my Twitch. But for me getting my SB work, that's not my priority. That's Dave Locker's priority.
Yes.
He's the UFC PR guy. That's his job. To get the meeting with Dana White, that's Naki's job. When I had the meeting with Hunter and Nick, wasn't my priority. That was Naki's job. So now to get my meeting with Dana White, that's Naki's job.
A lot of jobs for Malky. All of a sudden, he's got his work cut out.
He gonna make this money, damn it. So you gotta give him.
Listen, it's the right move. You shouldn't be worrying about this stuff. I mean, it's too much for you. I mean, you're trying to break records here. You're trying to win fights. You can't be worrying about this stuff. So it's the right move, 100%. And I hope that didn't create like a rift between you and Matt. I think he probably would agree that it's the right move as well. It's one less thing for him to worry about.
No, I totally agree. Matt was all for it. And like I said, Malky and Matt are on the same page. They talk often, which is rare. And, you know, like I said, and Matt was there in 2012 when we won the belt, and he met Malky too. And we see Malky do his thing. And so everything's good. Malky, Matt, me, we're all on the same page. Everything's good.
But what about TJ's feelings? I mean, he was already cutting weight. This is what he wanted.
Anybody know more about motherfucking TJ Dillashaw? He had a choice. He could have came down to do his thing, but he made a decision. So we ain't worried about him.
All right, fair enough. Demetrious, thank you very much. Congratulations on the award, and good luck with the meeting. And maybe when it's over, you can come back on and tell us some good news when you're going to come back and fight and rolling in that dough with your new contracts and your new bling bling and all that stuff.
Well, maybe if you subscribe to the channel, it'll be sooner or later. So we'll
all right, tonight. I promise you, tonight.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll be waiting for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Demetrious. There he is, Demetrious Johnson. How about that? Some exciting news for him. That was great. When I got that notification, Demetrious Johnson, Fighter of the Year, this is amazing. In the midst of this, but you could tell just from his tone, much different than the last time he was on. Very important move on his part to essentially say, look, and you know, it's funny, after he beat Wilson Hayes, I tweeted that, look, this is a guy who's about to break the record, who's in the discussion for greatest of all time, and still has the same coach, still has the same manager who was his coach, Matt Hume, same entourage. He's only cornered by two people usually. He has not changed one iota. I know this. I could tell from my interactions with him. And now, of course, the crap hit the fan and needs a manager, but you reach a status in your career where you need a manager to do these things, to be that buffer, to be that negotiator, to be that liaison. And Matt Hume is one of the very best coaches in the world, in the history of the sport, but he's not a manager. And so it's important, I think, to get management, whoever that may be, to now, you know, open that lines of communication and do things the right way and be that business confidant and liaison between DJ the fighter and the UFC. Every fighter should have a manager. Even if you're at the end of the totem pole, the bottom of the totem pole, I think it's just important to have that. Guidance, advice, negotiations. It's a very important development in his story, and I applaud him for making that decision at this time. And I think it's awesome that he won the Fighter of the Year at this juncture because that's a nice little bargaining chip in his favor.